Well, a meeting was convened earlier today and the club committee of the Guild of St Eloi, Guild of St Eloi if we're going to speak French, Model Railway Club decided that if people go out of their way to donate to me these wonderful things, it would be rude not to make sure that they work, as it were. So the committee decided that instead of me painting something or mixing concrete or whatever else, I really ought to tidy up a little bit and run this wonderful little wagon. Now, the couplings are fairly universal, and I've got plenty of things that should pull this. But first of all, I ought to probably make sure that I've got some clean track that I can run it on. And maybe, just maybe, check the gauge on the wheels, and maybe we might even put a little touch of oil. But I probably should get all of these unfinished sort of things out of the way so that we can do that properly. Well, I flicked a collection of switches and I twiddled a knob, and this engine decided that it's quite happy to play. So I'm going to hook this wagon to that locomotive, or at least to the tender, and let's see if we Well, that was pretty successful, wasn't it? I do want to give it just a little touch of oil on the axles. And I was looking at this. The axle boxes are actually very, very nicely made on this. Many model railway axles just have a pin that goes through. But this has got closed axle boxes like the real thing. So we'll introduce just a smidgen of 3-in-1 oil onto those axles and just make that run a little bit more sweetly. And all those of you who know everything about model railways are going to be saying, "Oh no, he's put oil on the axles, oh." Because what happens next invariably is we end up with getting oil on the railhead. Can't be helped, it happens. That's why we all have kitchen roll and old socks and handkerchiefs and things to go round and keep working on the railhead. Because oil on the railhead is never a good thing, models or full size. You know, I know some of you will still be giggling about me explaining flange greasers. I'm not going to go into that now, but every time we spoke about greasing flanges to stop the squeal at Limehouse curves, those who didn't understand railways always giggled. So we do not want oil on the railhead. We do want just a little touch on the axles. 3-in-1 is a wonderful light oil. You put the smallest of drops in, and somehow it turns into a complete Torrey Canyon disaster with oil everywhere. But we've put some on. That should take some of the work out of pulling this wagon. So let's give it another squirt of juice. Something not entirely as it should be. Wheels do pick up a bit of dirt and they don't always ride as well as they should. I think we might have to give it a little clean. But that's not bad for something made before 1965. I am actually very, very pleased with that. It's a lovely thing. The other thing that it should have some sort of spring between these two couplers. I suspect normally it had a rubber band, but it could have been a very light spring. But yes, we'll give the wheels a very gentle clean, and that should make things a lot better. Now there's a couple of places where things are sort of derailing, and I haven't made my mind up yet whether it's a problem with the wheels on this elderly wagon or whether it's dirt and grime on the track. It could be both, of course. That tender keeps derailing around here somewhere. So I think that I probably should do a little bit of cleaning and tidying. You know, have you ever seen a toy train with cobwebs on it? Yeah, sorry about that. I've had other things to do, but today is Sunday and we're not allowed to do things like run lawnmowers on Sunday evening. So I'm going to content myself with doing some track maintenance and nudging things gently with little hammers and getting trains to run smoothly. And drinking tea, of course.